Hi guys and welcome to GoneWithFilm. Today we're going to talk about this Mamiya RB67 with an instant back made from a Fujifilm Instax 300 camera. I made this by myself and it cost me about $50 to make. In this video we're going to take a look at how it works. I'll also give you a peek on how I made it and also give you some tips in case you want to make one for yourself. As some of you may know, there are now Instax bags that are available for the RB67. Those tend to be expensive. They're around $300 to $400. And unfortunately, a lot of people, including me, can't afford that. I like Instax film and I've already made several conversions of Instax cameras, so I proceeded to make one for myself. I already had an RB67, so I just bought an Instax 300 camera that was broken for $35, and I spent about $15 for the various materials. So the only tool that I really used here was just a few simple hand tools and a Dremel multi-tool. So let me show you how it works. The instant back just connects to where the revolving adapter of the RB67 fits. Around here you can just remove it and you just press it on to attach it. It uses the attachment points of the revolving back. I used several screws for that. As you can see here, it works similar to how the Mamiya RB67 film backs work, but the only main difference is that it's instant and it doesn't have a dark slide. So for this version, for this specific back or this specific design, you can't change the film mid-roll or mid-pack. Also, this design does not have a film counter, so you have to either count the film or just make a mental note as you shoot the whole pack. So how does it work? When you take the photo, just focus, shoot your camera, then you press the switch here and the camera ejects the film. Then once it goes out, you stop pressing it and you crop the shutter and do it again. So that's how the camera works. Let me show you now how I made it. To start, you need to make a ground glass from an empty film pack. You can use a piece of glass or a plastic as long as it's transparent, and you can just use some Scotch magic tape, and that ground glass will be used to calibrate the focus of your instant back. Then once the ground glass is finished, you get your Instax 300 or 210 body and you remove all the unnecessary electronics, the lens, the other parts. You also have to make the camera chassis flat so you can attach an adapter plate. The adapter plate will hold the screws that attach to the camera. That will adapt your camera to your RB. And once that's finished, you have to rewire the switch in the motor so that you can control when you eject your film. And then finally you have to make it light tight. So I used a bit of foam to make the whole back light tight, and I've also covered it with some vinyl sticker just to cover up that foam. So how does this camera perform? I already have an Instax conversion and that was pretty fun to shoot, but what I really wanted was an SLR. Compared to my rangefinder, the Mamiya RB67 is an SLR, so the framing is exact. The RB67 shoots 6x7, but on the instant back, it uses the whole viewfinder area, so it shoots 7x7. What I see in the whole viewfinder doesn't need to be cropped. So I like it. Of course it's square, but it takes some time to get used to, but it's fun. The RB67 has a lot of great lenses, and I have several, and I'm still trying all of them out. I like that the longer lenses have nice shallow depth of field, and shooting them and seeing them on instant film is really fun. The photos really look magical. As for the instant film, the Instax film is pretty cheap and wonderful. The colors look like Fuji's color negative film, like Superia. So it's a bit bright and contrasty, but it's a little colder in tone compared to the Kodak film stocks. The problem with your Instax film, of course, is it's instant film, so it doesn't have very good dynamic range. The practical dynamic range of the Instax film is just about 5 stops, so you have to meter carefully and avoid contrasty scenes. Otherwise, there's going to be a part of your scene that's going to be overexposed or underexposed. So you just have to live with it. It's ISO 800. It makes it easier to shoot the big and heavy RB67 handheld. Overall, I really enjoyed making and shooting the back. Of course, it's not perfect. I need to make some changes to the design of the back. One of the screws that attach the camera to the back broke during testing, so I'll need to make that part stronger. Besides the problem with the screws, of course there's also the issue with the film counter and the lack of a dark slide, but for $50 I'm not complaining. I have my own back for $50. I really love this back. I really enjoyed building it and making images with it. There's no cheap equivalent to this back on the market. It feels great to have something that's uniquely your own, that makes photos that only it can make. Beyond the uniqueness of the back, I like the fact that it's really allowed me to enjoy shooting more. It's allowed me to enjoy photography again. I was feeling pretty down after the lockdowns and I couldn't shoot much. It makes me feel great. Makes me want to shoot again. It makes me want to pick up the RB and just make pictures. After all, that's what our hobby is about, right? I hope you enjoyed watching this and I hope it was helpful for you. And if it was, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel much. And until then, see you on the next video.